All right, well, I'm hoping it's less complicated.
You are? Well,
all right.
hold your breath.
Brothers Bistro. Recipes so simple, even a dude can make it.
Hi, I'm Skinny Kenny.
I'm Musclehead Kev,
And we're the Clark Brothers. Welcome to Brothers Bistro.
Wow, what do we got on tap tonight, bud?
Well, tonight we've got a special one. This was a viewer request, and we've got a special ingredient we're going to do. Instead, it's chicken pot pie, but instead of the pastry crust, we're going to do that crust out of cauliflower rice.
Rice cauliflower,
yeah,
right.
however you see it.
So, when our subscribers talk, we listen. You just got to give us a little note.
Yeah, and if our endorsers would talk, we'd listen to them too.
That's true, yeah. Okay, so this is going to be a really fun one, guys. We're not sure how this is going to turn out at all.
We're using high-tech equipment. We got an Instapot in the house, so we're going to try and use that.
And the kombucha squash.
And we got some squash that the guy in the vegetable section pointed out to us. We didn't even know where to find it, so, you know. All right, so this is it, baby. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks a little more
Let's walk them through it. Let's walk them through it before you get too anxious about it. So we got two kinds of Parmesan cheese here. We got Parmesan cheese. You can buy it grated in the store. That's usually what we go with. But we happen to have some Parmesan cheese.
I thought that was like butter.
No, this is Parmesan cheese. and we can grate this if we want. So we haven't decided what we're going to do. We got both varieties. We got some salt and pepper, thyme, cauliflower, mushrooms. This is the kabocha.
Squash.
Kabocha, whatever it is, squash. We're still not sure about this one. We think we're going to carve it up like an apple or a pumpkin and see if we can get the meat out of it.
I think we got to cut the rind off.
And then we got celery, green beans, of course our chicken. This is boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and we got some almond milk.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to make up the little mixings, and it's going to go into our Instapot.
This is the one thing that we didn't really talk about. This is the chicken broth. It calls for one cup of chicken broth, but these little guys, this is like an dehydrated.
I've seen this two ways. I've seen these in littler cubes.
How do you say it? Knorr?
Yeah, I think it's Knorr.
It's Knorr. K-N-O-R-R.
And I've seen it in smaller cubes, which is like 1 cup. This is a little bit bigger, like a rectangle, and it calls for 2 cups of water, so we'll have to cut it in half. But either way, you just put it in some hot water. It dissolves pretty easily, and then you, instead of getting your chicken broth in a big container, you just
voila. And it keeps for a lot longer than the chicken broth would keep, right? It's because it's dehydrated. We didn't want to bore the viewers with all the dicing, but we did leave the kabocha, or however you say that, because we've never actually opened one. So we did a little Google. We think you're supposed to slice it open, and we're supposed to get the meat out, and we need a half a cup.
Kind of like an apple slice, and I think we're going to cut away the rind. We're going to see what it looks like when we open it up.
I'm ready. Open it up, bad boy.
Really?
Yeah, do it.
Right now?
Yeah, do it right now.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm scared too. You need a bigger knife?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out, buddy.
You got to act like you really mean it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, now you're like that lumberjack guy with the thing. You're trying to split the logs.
Yeah.
You got to take your shirt off.
Okay, so look what we got, guys. We're gonna have to scoop these out.
Right.
We'll get ourselves a spoon, and we'll scoop this out.
Let me see if I can.
Because we only need. I think, a 1/4 cup or half a cup. It's a half.
Yeah, half a cup.
So we're getting the seeds out. This is
brother ignored the bowl that I gave him. But.
Oh, for the seeds, gotcha.
And that's probably got a half a cup right there.
Yeah, so you can get rid of the other one, and let's see what happens here. Let's cut this one up a little more.
Another half. Now we're in quarters.
It's really hard.
So we're gonna have to spoon it out, I think.
No, well, you can try spooning it out. I don't think it'll spoon.
You don't think?
Go ahead, spoon, buddy. Spoon. No, go ahead, spoon it. Spoon it. See, he's spooning it.
Wow.
That's not gonna work. So I think we're just gonna have to cut away the rind.
Okay.
Even that's kind of hard, or I don't know.
Want me to hold it? Wow.
Okay.
Whose idea was this? Well, so someone out there in the viewing audience has got to know what the secret is for getting the meat out of the kabocha melons, whatever these are, kabocha squash.
Okay, let me see. Let's see what our...
There you go. It seems like that's gonna be too thick. Oh, there you go. Look at that. That's it, baby. Now we're talking.
Well, we're getting that. I mean, we know that the outside is that tough spot, right? So we got to get that off of there. And then once we get this off of here, I think we can dice it up.
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree. It's like
get down to the meat of it.
We're treating it like a potato a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. And it is harder. I'd say it's harder than a potato.
Yeah, for sure. That looks pretty good.
Okay, I think that's okay.
And that's probably half a cup there.
Okay, we got our rice, our cauliflower,
We got our rice, and we're gonna add our half a cup of water.
All right.
Not quite sure what that's all about, because that's a lot of rice for a half a cup of water, but we're gonna stir it in there, mix it up, and we're gonna put this in the microwave. Remember how long they said?
No.
5 minutes.
And remember, we used frozen rice cauliflower with no extra seasoning or spices or anything. It's just the cauliflower. And we've added a little bit of water, so there's also a little bit of water because it's frozen.
Yeah,
so.
And we have discovered with rice cauliflower that you kind of need to make sure it's al dente before you go with it. So we're gonna probably cook it more than the 5 minutes that it takes, partly because it's frozen, but partly because we know you gotta get this stuff tender or it ends up not tasting good when you're done. You hear that?
Wow! Wow, that sounded like a freight train.
Oh yeah, well, sometimes it sounds like a freight train, other times it sounds like a dragonfly.
Well, bring it over, buddy. Bring it over.
Here's our cauliflower. See that steam rising?
We got to strain it. We got to get it in here.
Yeah, we got to get it in here. So we're gonna strain the cauliflower. That's what the recipe calls for. So you can see the steam rising.
So he's
hot.
Putting it into this strainer, colander, basically.
Trying to strain it a little bit. And now we're gonna do one better. We're gonna put it in a towel. We got a little dish towel here. You can use cheesecloth too if you like. But we're gonna pour it into this towel.
Okay, so it's in the towel.
And then we're gonna gather the corners like this, and we're gonna
ring it.
Ring it, baby.
Wow, look at that go.
Okay, so it's a little hot. You're supposed to let it cool, and we didn't let it cool. So, because we never follow the directions entirely.
He's got the mitt on there now so they can kind of ring it. And the ringing is getting all that moisture out. That's what they called for, so you can make it kind of into this crust. Otherwise, it's going to take forever to get that. Ouch. And when it goes into the Instant Pot, of course, it's sealed, so it's not letting that steam out as much.
You want to try?
No, not really. Okay.
It's really hot.
To a fireman, it's hot.
Oh, I know, exactly. That was my point. You got asbestos running in your blood, right? So now what we got to do is we've got
that's all we had of the cauliflower.
I know. It reduced down to not much, and this is one of the challenges we've had in the past is frozen cauliflower really reduces down. We actually put more cauliflower in here than the recipe calls for, but it's still reduced down quite a bit. So we're going to just see how this goes. We might end up with one pie, one chicken pot pie, and not two. But the recipe calls for now we're going to mix in an egg and
the Parmesan.
The Parmesan. Okay.
So dump those over there.
Yep. And we lost the spoon somewhere along the way. So we're going to mix up the spoon.
And this just gets set to the side?
That just gets set to the side. That's 1/4 of the cauliflower. And I think that is going to go in the pie itself.
Okay.
So here we're trying to mix up these. This is the crust, right? And we're going to basically separate this out into quarters, and we're going to make little crusts, a top and a bottom.
Okay.
That's going to go into the oven.
And it's going to go on a baking sheet, guys.
It's going to go on a baking sheet. So I think we got to kind of mush this stuff together. So
it's got to be a flat piece, right?
I think so.
Because we're making these pies.
The instructions weren't super descriptive, but yeah, that's what it seems like to me. Okay, so now we got 4 little guys that are going to go on the bottom of this size thing. And we're going to go into the oven. You ready?
We're ready. All right, here we go till it's golden brown.
Till it's golden brown, baby.
All right, we'll be back when it's golden brown.
That's right.
We just dump it all in there?
Okay, buddy. Yeah, we just dump it all in there. So this is the
wow, I like this.
We haven't used this Instant Pot much. In fact, this is our first time. Full disclosure, this could go very badly. But we got a lid on this one. This particular one is also an air fryer. So that's why it's got 2 lids. But we're using the Instant Pot lid So we take the Instant Pot lid off, and we're just gonna put all this stuff in there, buddy.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, I got here's the chicken bouillon.
Here's the celery.
Celery and the green beans.
Here's that
melon, that whatever that is, that squash.
Squash that we had so much trouble with. There's all the meat.
And the salt. There's a little salt. We're having a little trouble with our salt. Got stuck to the bottom.
Okay,
So
get
we
all
got
of our
the
rice
salt in
salt
there, and we got the salt and pepper. And that's it, baby. So now we lock this, oops, no, we don't lock that lid down. We lock this lid down. And then we push the button down there. Can you see? Is that
Let's
button
see if I
the
can
right
get
button?
it here.
Ha, ha, ha.
Bang, Gina.
Okay, so now we're good. This is gonna be in here. Is it not cut? The this Ninja pressure cooker slash air fryer was a little bit complicated. We had to figure it out, but we had to put it in preheat mode, and then it finally clicked over. So we got about 5 minutes left on this to cook the pie filling, and we've got about a few minutes here for the pie crust.
That's the crust. It's
gotta
brown
pull
on the
these out.
outside. So I think we pull that out and you let it cool, or do we just set
We
it
let
out?
it cool, and we're gonna put it. One of them is that goes in the bottom of the pan,
Look at 'em, look at 'em,
the
look.
bowl.
Show
We're
us
gonna
what you
use-
got, buddy.
We're gonna use these bowls. So one of them goes in the bottom, and one of them goes on the top.
Okay.
And then in between, it's kind of a sandwich. We're gonna put
filling.
the filling that is cooking in the crock pot.
Okay, wow, that's
Instant
gonna,
pot.
it's looking, shape it up.
Yep.
Put one in the bottom of the bowl already.
Yep. One in the bottom. That turned out pretty good. And one on the top when we get done.
Okay.
All right, and then the spoon will help. We're supposed to let this vent totally before we.
Let's put the bigger one in the bottom.
Oh, all right. Man,
Not all over doing that. Maybe Okay, so he's scooping it out.
it's a
Put it
little
in there.
watery, so we want
I
to
don't know.
make sure we get it not too watery.
A lot of meat, not a lot of the other stuff.
Well, we got other stuff here.
Huh. It's kind of interesting. It's soupy in the bottom. I'm not sure what we did wrong.
Well, you think it's supposed to be more
I don't know.
less soupy?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I have no idea. To me, like our bowl's a little big, and we could have, if we'd had to do it over again, we'd have spread out our cauliflower rice a little longer to get a little thinner piece. That would go over the whole thing, because our bowls were a little bit bigger, but we really didn't know what we didn't know, right? We just didn't know.
All right, so we got it done. We got it done, baby.
We got it
It's
done.
a little. I'm anxious to see hear what this is gonna taste like.
Cauliflower
Here-
rice and a little chicken, and a little bit of the bean. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah?
What do you think?
Yeah.
There's no carrots, which you would normally expect in chicken pot pie, and there's no peas.
And the gravy thing, like there's usually like a little gravy.
Yeah, there was a lot of liquid in the bottom of the.
But I don't know if
pressure
that would have
cooker.
been any good because this stuff would have all
Oh, this seems all right to me.
So you got to try it out. It took a little bit of doing, right? But
Yeah.
we tried out our Instant Pot.
We've learned a lot with the rice cauliflower because we've used it as breading on a number of things, and you definitely gotta squeeze the liquid out. You gotta put it in the oven. You gotta get that golden brown. We did a pretty good job, I think, on the cauliflower.
Yeah, the cauliflower tastes good. I mean, it's just
The other
it's a little
unknown
bit
here-
like a potato kind of a filling.
The other unknown here was the Instant Pot. We didn't really understand. This was all brand new. So if we had it to do it over again, I would have seen if we could find a little bit of a smaller serving size, because I think these are 2 servings each.
You think?
I think so, yeah. The recipe said there's 4 servings total. So I think half of the pie per person.
Okay.
But we would love to hear your take on it. I think this was fun.
You know, yeah, and you know,
taste
one of
good.
our rabid fans
Yeah.
offered up this,
There you
challenged
go.
us.
Yeah.
So we want you to challenge us.
Yeah. And there's the chicken pot pie that you were asking for.
That's right. So, Brothers Bistro, out.